'Cause I just wanna bless you.
What's going on, everybody? We back. We back. We are still here in Jacksonville, Florida, here at the Night of Wisdom and Worship here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm telling you, we are having an outstanding time. It's going off the chain here. Listen, we have got in contact with someone here. I've met her in the hallway, and she is definitely doing her thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Pam English.
Hi.
What's going on, Pam?
Nice to meet you.
Good. Now you're all the way from
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Pam English is a national recording artist. She has a CD out. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about you and how you actually got started.
I am again from Detroit, Michigan. Been in music all my life. Started singing in the church choir at age 3. Began playing piano at 7, and went through high school and music program. Went to college. Played at churches, locally in Detroit throughout my life. The current church that I belong to, Dunamis Outreach Ministries. I've been the music minister there for the last 15 years. And probably about maybe 10, 12 years ago is when I really when I became really serious about writing and producing. My first opportunity came in '97 with Virtue, the gospel group Virtue. I wrote on their album 2 songs, and from there it just sprung forth. And I've been given many opportunities to write and produce for various artists. And then God said, okay, you work with everyone else. I have something that I want you to get out for the world. And He gave me songs and a message, and my album came out in August of this year. It's entitled Real Good.
Real good.
Real good.
It's a funny story. You said the name of your church is called Dunamis.
Dunamis.
Dunamis. And that's funny because our first business, my wife and I, our first business venture was called Dunamis Imprints.
Really?
Yeah.
And that is not a common.
No.
And most people who, if I say the name, they'll say, "What does that mean?"
Wow.
So
that's
yeah.
awesome. God is doing His thing,
Oh, yeah,
y'all.
He's doing His thing.
Listen, now you have a record label. You have your own publishing company.
Yes, it's just independent.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm a publishing company. It's called King K2 Music, and I did everything for my album. Paid for it all, and with the help of friends back home, and the Anderson Smith Publishing Group. They did my graphics and things of that nature. But I actually went through the whole process of being in the studio and producing with some other producers that I worked with. I wrote all the songs, did all the business, paper, everything. I did it all, and God has just truly blessed me since it's been out. He has done it. I've not done anything. He has made connections and networked me with just people, and I just give Him all glory.
The purpose of the show is to promote entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And so tell us your entrepreneurial spirit and some of the challenges that you had to come against to do what you're doing today.
Well, a lot of times you have to go on, even when others don't believe in the vision and mission that God has placed in your life. You have to know that He called you. And you also have to know that if He called you, He's going to give you the resources. So sometimes the bank account may say 0. Probably is 0. It may say 0. And it doesn't look like you're an entrepreneur at all.
Right.
But if you really step out on faith and let Him do it because He gave you the calling, He is going to provide every resource. And that's what happened with my project. I didn't have any money, but eventually I just said, you know what, God, you said do it. I just began to make my appointments, go into the studio, finish my project, write, and the resources came. And I promise you, I don't know, because I didn't do it,
That's good.
So God did it. And so you have to really step out on faith and believe that if He said He gave it to you, He's going to give you every resource.
That's a good thing, because a lot of times people get stuck because they don't even want to step out.
Right.
They have all these visions and these dreams, and they're just afraid to just step out.
Yeah, that fear will stop you. A lot of times people say, well, I'll do it after I get this, or after I've achieved this much, or after I put this much money in the bank.
Wow.
And that day never comes. If we wait until we think that we have enough money, we'll never do it, because there's always going to be something else that comes up that takes that resource.
Yep.
Some emergency. A rainy day comes more than once.
It always happens.
So then here you are in a season, okay, I'm going to do it, and then you don't save, the money. You have to use the money for something else, and then, okay, well, then I'll do it next month. And next thing you know, 5 years go by really fast.
It does.
So you just step out on faith.
I always tell people life is going to continue to happen regardless if you do it or not do
Absolutely.
it. So just go ahead and take that step out and do it.
Yes.
So that's good stuff. So what's the next step for Pam English?
Well, I am, traveling. I'm here in Jacksonville. I'm very connected with the Potter's House and Bishop McLaughlin.
Good stuff.
And I just thank God. I thank God for that ministry. I thank God for Bishop and Lady Darlene over at the Potter's House. I do frequent, worship with them quite often. I've hooked up with Coach Grayson here now, and I've been on radio stations here in Jacksonville. And so God is just putting me out there. He's just placing me where he wants me. I don't call anybody and say, "Can you have me?" People just call. So I'm doing that. I'm looking forward to 2010, and I'm also going to be launching my nonprofit entitled Red Door Foundation.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Red Door Foundation is going to be a foundation that's an open door to give opportunities for the youth. I'm an educator.
Okay.
I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I teach high school English, yearbook, and journalism.
Pam English, and she teaches English.
I teach English, and so I'm around a lot of teenagers, and I think that because of my career, I am able to relate very well with the youth and really stay in touch there. And God has just given me just this heart for them. I want to be able to give back. I think that as artists, especially gospel artists, we're always asking people to come and buy a ticket to a concert. But what are we doing within our community? The R&B artists, the hip-hop artists, wherever they are, you always see them on TV. They're over in Africa, or they're giving here and giving there.
Wow.
And as gospel artists, we don't do that enough. Our hand needs to be visible in the community in which we serve. So the Red Door Foundation is going to be that. We're going to be visible to the community. We're going to reach out to the youth, to the seniors. I want to be able to, give some music scholarships for some high school students who maybe wanted to go into college and pursue music. Coats for the children at wintertime. In wintertime, it gets cold in Detroit. So, providing coats, and I just want to be a help in the community wherever I'm needed. And I think that it is very necessary that as gospel artists that we show ourselves in the community and that we give back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Pam, I definitely appreciate you taking the time
Thank
out
you.
and hanging out with us on the show.
Thank you.
I'll be out in the audience rooting for you. So
All right.
send a shout out to my wife and I.
And I'm excited about your ventures
Wow,
and what God
thank you.
has for you guys in 2010.
Thank you.
If I could ever be of any service, I'm just a phone call away.
Phone
I'll
call
jump
away.
on a plane in 2 minutes.
Now don't say a phone call. We would definitely call
Call
you.
me now. I'm saying call me.
Y'all heard her on the show. She
Yes,
said call her,
call
right?
me. Yes,
Good stuff.
absolutely.
Well, go ahead and take the time and tell everybody how they can actually get in contact with you for any bookings.
Okay, my website is www.pamenglishmusic.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Pam English Music. I'm on iTunes, Amazon.com, Best Buy Digital Music Store, Napster, Rhapsody. I'm everywhere
She's
online.
everywhere, y'all. She's
so
everywhere.
You can find me. I'm not hiding.
That's good stuff.
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking the time out and hanging out with us.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's it. Another segment of On the Grind. So check us out on the YouTube channel at On the Grind Show. All right, until next time, don't talk about it, be about it.
Your holy presence living in me. You are my daily bread. Oh, you are my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me.